Between approximately 68 and 66 million years ago, the land that is now North America was home to one of the most famous creatures ever to walk the earth, Tyrannosaurus rex. But to truly understand its existence, we must go back hundreds of millions of years, to a time when the ancestors of this giant dinosaur were small, agile creatures, with no inkling that their lineage would one day lead to a tyrant lizard king dominating an entire continent. Tyrannosaurus rex did not appear suddenly, it was the result of an evolutionary process that spanned nearly 100 million years. Its distant ancestors were small, meat-eating dinosaurs that lived during the Jurassic period, around 170 million years ago. Creatures like Proceratosaurus were only about 3 meters long, lightweight, nimble, and likely had a sparse covering of feathers to keep warm. At that time, apex predators included dinosaurs like Allosaurus, while the ancestors of T. rex lived in the shadows, darting through humid forests, preying on smaller animals and avoiding larger carnivores. By the early Cretaceous period, around 130 to 100 million years ago, the group known as Tyrannosauroids, the lineage that includes the ancestors of T. rex, began to diversify. They first appeared in Asia and gradually spread to North America. Some species like Dilong and Yutyrannus discovered in China provide clear evidence of feathers. Notably, Yutyrannus is the largest known feathered dinosaur, measuring up to 9 meters in length. The presence of feathers indicates that the ancestors of T. rex once lived in cooler climates and had to adapt to harsher conditions, not just warm environments. Meanwhile, on other continents, giant carnivorous dinosaurs such as the Carcharodontosauridae and Spinosauridae families continued to dominate the food chains. But around 90 million years ago, these groups began to decline, opening a rare evolutionary opportunity for tyrannosauroids. Over the next 10 million years, tyrannosaurs grew larger, developed thicker skulls, stronger teeth, longer legs, and shorter arms, all key adaptations leading up to the emergence of T. rex. When T. rex first appeared in what is now northwestern North America about 68 million years ago, it was the perfected product of natural selection. With a body length exceeding 12 meters, a weight of 8 to 10 tons, a bite force of up to 57,000 newtons, the strongest known in any terrestrial animal, and a skull over 1.5 meters thick, T. rex had no real rivals. Its sensory system was exceptional, it had an extremely well-developed sense of smell, binocular vision, and a brain with enhanced regions dedicated to sensory processing, making it a highly effective predator. Some studies suggest it could distinguish fresh meat from carrion at great distances, a valuable skill for finding food. While popular images often depict T. rex as a solitary predator, many paleontologists believe that it may have lived in small groups, at least during certain stages of its life. Interestingly, as it grew from a 1-meter-long hatchling to a 12-meter-long adult, T. rex went through a dramatic transformation. As a juvenile, it was likely a swift, agile predator, while as an adult, it relied on its immense size and bite strength, becoming a slower but more powerful hunter. The habitat of T. rex at the end of the Cretaceous period was a biologically diverse land, home to enormous herbivorous dinosaurs like Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, and Ankylosaurus. These were potential prey, but also formidable foes. Triceratops had horns and a thick frill for defense, while Ankylosaurus had armored backs and a heavy tail club. Therefore, T. rex had to be strategic in choosing its targets, likely focusing on the weak, the young, or competing with scavengers over carcasses. However, T. rex's reign was short-lived in geological terms, lasting only about 2 million years. Around 66 million years ago, a global catastrophe struck the Earth. A massive asteroid, about 10 kilometers in diameter, crashed into what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact unleashed shockwaves, global fires, and most critically, triggered a sudden climate shift. Dust and sulfuric particles filled the atmosphere, blocking sunlight for months or even years, disrupting photosynthesis, and collapsing food chains. T-Rex, with its massive size and high energy demands, could not survive in such a devastated environment. With no herbivorous dinosaurs left to hunt and a shattered ecosystem, the last of the tyrant kings perished. Along with them, more than 75% of all life on Earth at the time went extinct, marking the end of the Cretaceous period and the Mesozoic era, and ushering in the Cenozoic era, the age of mammals, and eventually, humans. Although extinct for millions of years, Tyrannosaurus rex continues to live on in the human imagination as a symbol of power, ferocity, and the grandeur of the dinosaur world. Fossils have been excavated, reconstructed, and displayed in museums across the globe, from the nearly complete skeleton, in Chicago to genetic samples and remnants of soft tissue, each helping us better understand this extraordinary creature. In doing so, T-Rex becomes not just a vanished species, but a bridge between Earth's ancient past and our curious, ever-evolving present. The journey of Tyrannosaurus rex, from a small creature in ancient forests to the unmatched apex predator of North America, and ultimately to extinction in a brief geological instant, is a vivid testament to the power of evolution and the fragility of life in the face of natural upheaval. And in studying its story, we gain not only insight into a remarkable dinosaur but also a deeper understanding of our own place on this planet.